So this is another podcast by Tim and Kevin, or Kevin and Tim. Should we always say it Kevin and Tim since it's kind of our name?
Excuse me.
I just say whatever.
You just say KTC, or
this is the newest podcast by KTC.
Kevin Tim. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
And yeah.
I think we're both very tired. I don't know if you're supposed to say that starting off the bat. The audience will be like super excited. Sweet, they're tired.
Yeah, it's gonna be boring today. Because the last ones are really entertaining.
Dude, man, blowing off the wall, blowing off the doors, blow doors off the hinges.
Blow the doors off the hinges.
That's the same.
We are tired today. I think we're tired because we both had pretty big weekends, and it's Monday now.
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, yeah. I feel like it. Oh, I don't know. I think I cursed just now.
That's okay. I think you're allowed to curse.
Am I? I try not to on this. It's easier. I don't know if you can decipher it, so we'll keep it there. Anyway.
I'm not going to scroll through and find it and bleep it out if that's what.
Good. Dude, I was so tired last week. I don't know why. I couldn't. I feel like I slept the appropriate amount of time each night, but every day at work, I was just like, at a certain time, not even just at the 2 o'clock, they say after lunch and all that stuff, you start getting tired, but I just would get real tired. And then I had no chance to sleep when I came home because I was so busy. And Aaron was in town the one day, and so we went out and met up. And then the next day, me and you hung out.
Yeah,
right?
We did.
So I think I'm just tired because I've been drinking and hanging out late.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you drank with Aaron, and then you came and hung out with me, and we drank.
We didn't drink hardcore.
No,
we just went over to Crooked Can.
We drank socially over dinner.
Yeah.
So only a few beers.
Yeah.
And then
Saturday
was some hardcore.
Ugh. Saturday was my buddy's bachelor party, which I threw at my place.
There was a lot of drinking that went on that night.
There was a lot of drinking.
I think it was about 2 o'clock Sunday when I finally stopped feeling the effects of Saturday.
Yeah, and you know what I had to do? I planned the bachelor party that day, Saturday, whatever it was, and I totally forgot that my brother, 7 months ago, bought us New York Giants tickets in Tampa Bay, and they haven't been back in Tampa Bay for 4 years. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. Let's do this. I call my brother on the 5th because it's my niece's birthday. And I'm like, hey, I want to talk and tell her happy birthday. And he's like, all right, but when are you coming down this weekend? And I was like, what do you mean, when am I coming down? It's like, for the Giants game. And I was like, are you kidding me? So Saturday, I was talking to Aaron. And I was like, dude, I really can't drink this much. And he's like, yeah, I'm in town. I'm not going to drink that much either. Long story short, we drank a lot because that's always what happens.
It's peer pressure.
I don't know if it's peer pressure. It's just
it's there.
I mean, just trying to play drinking games. We played a ton of drinking games. That was a lot of fun.
Drinking games.
But yeah, I woke up the next day at 7 in the morning. When I think I went to bed at 3, or around 3, and had to drive to Tampa to my brother's house, which is 2 hours away.
Why'd you have to get there so early? The game wasn't until 4.
Because you wanted to meet up, and then we were going to go tailgate.
Tailgate, yeah.
And we were supposed to tailgate at 12. Or at least leave by 12 or something like that. The only thing that really helped me that day was the fact that the person, his friends that we met up with, they partied the night before as well. And his buddy was in worse shape than myself.
Oh, yeah.
So that made me feel better, I guess. Because we got there and the dude gave us texted Matt the wrong address. Same complex that he lived in, but the wrong apartment. Yeah, because he I guess he just moved within the complex, and so we're banging on someone's door at 11 something in the morning.
Oh,
and then luckily no one was home, I assume, unless they just saw two dudes in Giants jerseys. I don't know who these people are. And then my brother texted his other friend I don't know where he is. And he's like, that's not his apartment. He moved to this apartment. So then we drove over and found the other place.
Found the right one?
Yeah, found the right one. Started banging on that door. And the guy's roommate was like, who are you two? And we're like, we're going to the game. And he was coming to the game with us. We just never, my brother never met them. Or the roommates. And so when we came upstairs, the dude was passed out on his bed with a computer open, trying to like get their tickets like printed out or something in his boxers, but like passed out. So you can see like the computer open, and he's just like snoozing next to it. My brother called him like 20 times. Blew up his phone, wasn't answering or anything. It was very funny, and their place looked like my brother put it. My brother was in a fraternity, and he's like, this looks like a frat house.
Nice.
Because there was like beer pong table still set up with cups on it. There's a dartboard, just the counter in the kitchen was covered. There's boxes of beer. It was crazy.
That's nuts.
They even took beer to the game in the like 24 pack of like Miller, bottles. So they're like, yeah, we'll just fill this sucker. I was like, but it was a lot of fun, man. Those people we're tailgating with were like, I guess my brother's like higher ups. Who they have some money, and that's like what they do, man. He's like professional tailgater. He went to the Gators game because they're a Gators fan. Went to this, drove them everywhere, and they had a satellite, and they had the NFL ticket. So in the back of their car, they had a huge TV, watching it. 2 tents set up, and they're like, yeah, this is actually more cramped than normal. Normally we have like 3 spots, and the guy's like grilling. And we got there, and luckily, because he started feeding us, and I was like, ooh, now I'm feeling much better.
Much better.
Much better, but I'm still so tired.
Yeah, that's funny about going to the wrong apartment. I have a going to the wrong place story from college.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so my friends and I are out at a bar drinking, and we meet these girls that ask if we want to go back to their place to continue partying because the bars were closing. And we said, sure. So they texted the address to us, and we were just going to meet them there because we were like downtown, and when we left the bar, we were parked in completely different areas, so we couldn't do like a follow thing. Yeah. So we leave and we go to the texted address, and at the bar they were telling us, yeah, we got beers in the fridge at home. It'll be great, we'll just keep partying there. And it's quite a few people, and so
how could this go wrong?
How could it go wrong? And so we drive and we get out of downtown pretty quickly and get to the address pretty fast, and we just assumed we beat them. So we park and we go and we knock on the door to see if anybody that lived there was home. And didn't go out with them.
How many people were you with?
I was in a car with 4 other people.
Oh, okay.
And we're pretty drunk. I mean, the guy driving doesn't drink. It was a designated driver, although he doesn't drink ever, so he was always driving us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But we go up and we knock on the door, and there's no answer to the door, and there's no lights on. So we're like, oh, they must have all just gone out, right? So my friend tries the door, and it's unlocked. So we were like, it's been like 30, 45 minutes now since our last beer, and we're like, we want to keep going. So they said there's beer in the fridge, and they'll be here soon. So we go in.
This is all kinds of terrible.
Oh, it is horrible. We go in, and we open the fridge, and sure enough, there's beer in the fridge. So we're like, awesome. So we grab the beer. We grab a couple beers each and go back outside. And we're sitting there, and now doing
the polite thing.
Oh, yeah. We went and stole the beers, and then we went back outside because we didn't want to, like, hang out inside their house.
No, that'd be rude.
Right, yeah. So, long story short, it turns out we're at the wrong place.
How did you figure that out?
Well, we found out because it had been about like an hour and 15 minutes now since we left the place. And we were like, there's no way it's taking them that long to get here. So my buddy texted them, and they were like, yeah, we're home. And where are you? And we were like, we're at the place the address you texted. And they were like, well, you're not here because we're here or whatever. And so while this is happening, while this text conversation is happening, me and my other friend went back inside to kind of explore the house to see where we were. Mm-hmm. And there's like a little baby in a baby's room, like sleeping. And there's like, nobody ever woke up. And there's like a whole family in this house sleeping.
Are you
and we
serious?
went inside and took their beers and drank them. And,
Are you?
And went back outside.
Man. Oh man. Could have got like shot.
I know. We could have a lot of stuff.
Was it like an upstairs house?
It was like a 2-year-old kid in like a kid's bed.
Yeah.
And then and there was an upstairs, but the kids' room was downstairs right off the kitchen. I guess it was like a spare bedroom that they turned into a kid's bed. And the parents were upstairs in the only bedroom upstairs.
So were you guys? Wait,
it was like an upstairs bedroom.
So I got a couple questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you guys first went in there, I assume you guys were loud and rowdy.
No.
You guys were quiet.
I mean, we weren't purposely quiet.
No, but
we just walked in.
Well, that's why I say I assume they're loud and rowdy, only because I know when people
drunk.
have a few drinks, they think they're quieter than normal when they're really not.
Yeah, which maybe we thought we were quiet. I mean, I don't even think we were purposely trying to be quiet. I think we just were like, oh, snap.
Did you turn on the lights and everything?
No, because the lights were all off, and I think you're naturally more quiet when lights are off.
Yeah,
you're like, so like somebody opened the door, and somebody was like, oh man, the door's open, and they were like, no way, let's go get some beers. They said there were beers in the fridge, and we're like, we're probably walking through and whispering because the lights are out.
Yeah.
But we just grabbed the beers and go back outside.
Yeah, so you stay outside and hang out.
And then we went to the right house.
Now, your buddy who said the door was unlocked, did he unlock the door? Or
No,
was
it
the
was
door
legit unlocked. We were all standing there, and he's like, let me check. And boom, just opened up.
So then you and your other friend went in to explore. What did you just like opened one door, saw a kid sleeping, and you're like, let's get the fuck out?
No, we went
that
upstairs
time
first.
I actually cursed, and I can hear it.
Yes, you did. But
So
this
you went
situation may have called for it. We went upstairs first, and we were like, and so you can't tell when it's dark and two people are sleeping in a bed, which we assume is the mom and dad of this kid that is sleeping downstairs. Yeah. But you can't tell of their age.
No, yeah.
So when we go into the bedroom upstairs and see the people sleeping, we're like, oh shit, somebody is home.
Yeah.
And they're just asleep.
Yeah.
And so we just thought it was another one of these girls that lived with these. So we quietly closed the door and went back downstairs, and we explored a little downstairs before we left because we still think we're in the right house, and the girls just aren't home yet, and their friend's sleeping.
Yeah.
And then there's a kid's room with a kid sleeping in
You're like,
and that's when we really started to like, oh my god, let's get out of here.
Man, that is so crazy.
Yeah, we got out of there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. This guy and his wife woke up the next day. I don't know if they have any clue that anybody was in the house.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Unless he counted his beers and knows that about like 6 were missing.
Dude, that's so creepy. That's
right?
So creepy.
Lock your doors,
for
people,
real.
And then nobody will accidentally come in and take beers. Because nobody's going to accidentally walk into a locked house, but they might accidentally walk into an unlocked house.
But that is kind of a nature of something of, like, if someone texts you and you're like, oh, yeah, we're here, and they're like, oh, yeah, we're on the way, or something like that, you might, jiggle the handle.
And this isn't like, we met the girls at the bar, but the reason we started talking to them is because one of them had already known one of the guys that were in I was hanging out with.
Yeah, they were friends.
So everybody, we got to know them at the bar, and everybody's friends, and we got to know them enough to know that it was fine for us to walk in and take beers.
Yeah, especially if you knew. Like, I know I would definitely do that if, like, one of our close friends.
Exactly.
Like if Jazzy was like, hey, I'm coming home.
If I was even closer, we would have hung out in the house.
Yeah.
But it was one of those where, like, you know them well enough. They've already offered us the beers because we're going over there to drink them because that was what the deal was.
That's so funny.
And so we just figured we were taking what was already offered to us and waiting for them to get home to hang out.
So you guys went to the right address? So when you texted them, you're like, no, we're at, like, 1301 Spruce Street. And they're like, dude.
Yeah, it was a legit.
That is not my address.
We weren't even in the right vicinity. It was like... I don't remember the exact typo, but the typo changed like
the whole word.
Like the whole word
Yeah.
from one street name to another street name, and both of those street names existed in
Yeah.
Orlando.
Mm-hmm. It was like the girl's like parents' house. She just moved out to go to college, so you
Right.
actually went to her like legit house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe no.
See, I thought when you were gonna say all that someone pissed one of them off, so they sent you to like some dude's
Oh.
house, and they came
And they
home,
came home
and they
and-
were not happy. That's where I thought the story was gonna go.
No. we got off scot-free. I mean, fortunately enough.
Fortunately,
But-
you could have got shot
Yeah, that was crazy though.
legally.
It's funny because like absolutely nothing happened, but our hearts were like racing. We're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
you know, like my buddy and I that went in the house, we came like bolting outside, not loudly, but like quietly rushing back outside, shutting the door behind us, and we were like, guys, let's get out of here. We gotta go. And the one guy's like, yeah, we're at the wrong place, you know, and we're like, yeah, it's worse than you think.
That's very funny.
Yeah, it was
You were like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future too. You
Very
snuck
similar.
into, except
Very
for it's not
similar.
your house, but you snuck into a house where
A
people
house, yeah.
were in unintentionally.
Unintentionally.
That's
Wow.
very funny.
I forgot about that story until you mentioned going to the wrong apartment and banging on the door. Because that's the weird thing, is we were legit banging on the door.
Yeah.
Like, even thinking somebody is probably inside asleep
Yeah.
that just didn't go out with them, and we're going to wake this person up. We don't care.
You know what'd be crazy?
But
Actually, I don't know if I even want to say it. Like if I don't know. Like if there was someone in the house who was like doing bad stuff, and you guys like happen to walk upon him, and he's like hiding because there's like 5 of you, you know, and that whole family's dead.
That'd be horrible.
That'd be terrible.
Now I feel like I could have done something.
And you could have done something, yeah. And that's why no one came to the door, came to the rescue, and you just saw their corpse.
We just said they were already dead.
Yeah, they're already dead.
Oh my god.
Is that terrible?
It is
to say?
kind of
God
like-
forbid. I'm sorry.
we did talk-
I assume those families probably nice and alive, but they needed to lock their doors.
They needed to lock their doors. I mean, no, it wasn't a bad neighborhood. I mean, by any means, but it was also still you lock your doors. I feel like that's just something you do.
Yeah. Well, didn't you say you had a story about a place you used to live at where a guy would just watch people sleep?
Yeah, that was in downtown Orlando. That
Yeah.
was creepy.
Yeah, and that's because everyone was in like a secure quote unquote building.
Yeah, so I don't
Right.
know. I guess people didn't lock their doors, but the thing is that at the place that we lived,
Yeah.
your doors were always locked. It's like a hotel. So when you leave and the door shuts behind you, it's locked. You can never make it unlocked. So
Yeah.
that was the one of the worst parts about living there, because you had to take your garbage out to a garbage chute because we lived on the 15th floor.
Yeah.
And every time you took the garbage out, you had to bring your key with you,
Yeah.
or else you'd get locked out. Or if my wife was home and I was taking the garbage out, I would just take the garbage out, go back and knock on the door, and she
Yeah.
would open it for me. But so I don't know how this guy was getting into
That's like
people's
Ghostbusters.
places.
I got another reference for you. Louis Tully always got locked out because he kept, whenever Dana's door would open, he would come in.
That's right. He would
get locked out.
He would.
Now I understand why I got locked out.
my life
Because I
is like
never knew it.
movies.
I was like, isn't your door just unlocked? I never knew how that works. I didn't live in apartments like that.
Yeah, the door just automatically locks. It's like they converted a hotel or something, and they
Yeah.
left the same like type of lock system on
Yeah.
the doors. But
So then how did this guy get into places?
I have no idea how he got into places. Like, you could also deadbolt your door, just like a hotel.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're inside, you can deadbolt it. When you're outside, you can deadbolt it and leave with the
Well,
key.
yeah. I
But-
bet that's probably what people did, because I remember you saying like people would leave their doors unlocked.
Yeah.
And if you, like, let's say you do take out the trash. Let's say you're, whoever, some random dude living by yourself, or a chick, doesn't matter, equal rights. You undo the unlock thing to where you prop the door open with the deadbolt. You go, you take out your trash, you come back in. Maybe you're on the phone, you're not paying attention. You leave the door the way it is.
Yeah.
You go, you start making food. Hours go by. Now you're tired, you're going to bed. You know, you're like, let's just go to sleep. And you already know that your door locks behind you, but you forgot to undo the deadbolt. So now you're sleeping, and then this guy
just walks in. So the whole place is guarded by a security guard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a kind of a high rise in downtown Orlando, and if you're coming off the street, you go in the lobby, which has 2 security guards in it.
Yeah.
And then if you're parking in our parking garage, first you have to have a permit to get to anywhere in the parking garage that accesses the residence.
Yeah.
And you have to have like a little thing that opens a gate attached to your car.
Yeah.
And then you even have to have a key to get into the door that goes into the residence areas.
So there's a lot of security checkpoints.
There's a lot of security checkpoints, and nobody really knows how he was getting in. The easiest way to get in is if you're coming in from the ground floor, there's 2 elevator systems that you can take. One is the main one where you have to pass the security guards, and one is behind a door that you use a key fob to open, and you just open that door and you go in. You don't have to pass any security. Yeah. But that is that door is right off of a high traffic area in downtown Orlando.
Yeah,
so if somebody, people follow everyone in all the time because multiple people that live there are going in and out at the same time.
Yeah.
And so this guy probably just walked in those and went up the elevators. But walking through the hallways,
say what he would do.
Yeah. So, well, first when I lived there, walking through the hallways, you would walk past houses with the doors completely propped open. Like, people just propped their entire door open into the hallway and everything. I mean, I guess you felt kind of safe living there. It was a nice place. But yeah, this guy would just go in and watch people sleep.
Yeah, late at night.
Late at night, he would walk into your place and very quietly just stand over you in bed and watch you. Until you like woke up and freaked out, and he would just run.
That's crazy.
He never did anything. It's not like he was going in and looking for young girls and like masturbating or anything.
Yeah.
He was just watching.
Yeah, that's ugh.
Very
that's
creepy.
So creepy.
Very creepy. He did it to literally my neighbor was one of the victims, like the people that lived in the apartment right next door.
So he walked right by your place, man.
So apparently, one of the reasons why he was caught was because he went into a place thinking that there was only one person living there, and that person was asleep in the bed, and he was watching her sleep in the bed, and little did he know, like, the boyfriend or whatever is taking a crap in the bathroom, and comes walking out of the bathroom to a guy standing over his girlfriend, sleeping in bed.
And just, like,
and just
beats him up.
I don't know if he beat him up or chased him out, but the guy ran, I guess, and that was one of the first times he was reported. And so you're just like, how many other people did he just go and stand over sleeping that never woke up and never did see him? And he just was able to leave without ever,
without incident.
Who knows? It's crazy stuff, man. The things that people do.
Well, that's weird.
But back to your story, you went to the Giants game and they won.
Yeah,
pretty big time too. I mean, they kept it close at first, and then pulled away, kind of. I feel like.
Yeah, the score definitely does not dictate how the game went, because it was like ending score was like 36 or 32 to like 16 or 17 or something
17,
like that.
I think. But at one point it was 17-17, or I think
one
Tampa
point it was close.
Winning.
Yeah, Tampa. Well, the first play of the game, Eli throws an interception.
Okay.
Just first play of the game, right off the bat.
Yeah,
and
classic Eli.
Yeah, classic Eli. And luckily we held them to a field goal. Then we went down, we got a field goal. Then they went down, they got a field goal. And then we finally got a touchdown, which was pretty awesome. And, like, we were high up. We were pretty high up. Not all the way to the back of the wall at Raymond James, the stadium. But, like, it was still good seats.
Yeah.
Like, I could see everything, and I could see the numbers. I couldn't really see which one was Tom Coughlin, but I can assume.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm watching everything. And I didn't feel like I was going to fall. It wasn't, like, sloped.
Yeah.
Or the incline wasn't a lot. So I didn't feel like I was
in the upper bowl? Like, isn't there 2 bowls? Like,
yeah, we were in the upper, right by,
Okay. That's
like
cool.
Probably, like, 50 rows from the...
My uncle used to have season tickets for the Buccaneers, and we would go to games. His seats were right underneath that that boat that shoots off the cannons and stuff when you score.
Yeah,
right
that was
in the end zone.
We were like completely diagonal from that boat.
Okay.
So we were on, the camera side. So, the ref was always looking towards our side when they would do the penalties, which there were a lot. And so, we were like, if the boat was to my left, but if it was under me, that's where I'd be. We'd be over it.
Gotcha.
If it was where we were. But yeah, a lot of dumb rookie, or not rookie, just a lot of dumb mental mistakes by Tampa Bay, which kept a lot of Giants drives alive, which just kind of sucks because the Giants, I feel like, are a much better team than Tampa Bay. Yeah. And should have, really played better. They weren't playing very well. JPP was back. He only had, 2 tackles. And he, got offsides one time. But, it was a good game, yeah.
They still won.
Yeah. They had a... they got another touchdown late. And Tampa Bay looked like they were going to come back. And just because Winston, your buddy Winston Jameis, scored a touchdown. Mm-hmm. Dove in. And... the end of the game, there's no time left. They started doing the pass back, the laterals, and it was pretty funny because right before the guy got hit, he's throwing it back, and the other guy get hit, and then one dude just couldn't catch it, and they're right by their end zone, and our Giants guy just scooped it up, and that's when we got the last touchdown of the game, which they had to push everyone back off the field to do the extra point, but instead of doing the extra point, they just kneeled it, and my brother was so mad because I think he had the kicker. And he's like, yep, that's another fantasy point that I need. And they nailed it. He's like, no, come on! What the? Come on, guys.
Come on.
That was pretty funny.
That's there were some pretty crazy football plays this week. I don't know if you saw any of them.
Dude, man, I have seen nothing. I have been...
Okay, so there's this great play that I think it was Tennessee was playing New Orleans, maybe?
Were they? I don't know.
Saints? I don't know. It was either Tennessee...
I could look it up.
Titans or the Houston Texans. I'm pretty sure it was the Titans.
This is going great so far.
Anyway, whatever team was playing the New Orleans Saints, they go back for a pass, and he throws it, and the receiver wasn't in. I don't know if it was a miscommunication
or whatever.
I saw that. And 2 Saints people were right there, and they both went up for the interception, bobbling the ball straight up in the air.
Yeah.
And the receiver, the funniest thing, because he's looking back at the quarterback, where's the ball? Little does he know it's 5 yards in front of him where the quarterback thought he should have been.
Yeah.
And he turns back around, and the ball's on its way down right in front of his face from being bobbled up by the Saints guys, and he catches it and runs it for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was the
the
Titans. You're right.
The Titans.
34-28. I looked it up.
That was funny. I was laughing so hard.
I forgot that I did see that because during the tailgating, the guy, like I said, had DirecTV, and they're just watching the NFL ticket, and it's just going back and forth, and I was just kind of I'm sitting there eating a burger, drinking a beer, because I was like, all right, second wind, let's do this.
That's
and
awesome.
Watching football, and some dudes, I'm like, I don't even have cable in my apartment, and I'm in a field. you guys set up DirecTV.
You guys have thousands of more channels than I do.
I'm watching the NFL ticket. I'm just like, man, it's ridiculous. Okay, so here's a funny story from that day. That dude, my brother's friend, his 2 roommates came out, and those guys are funny and just fearless because they're just getting numbers from all these different girls.
Right.
They got numbers from the ticket window, the girl who gave them the tickets, and they were trying to get a number from the Uber chick who drove us home when her mom and this chick picked us up, and the mom was driving, she was passenger, which makes sense. 2 women, fine.
Yeah.
Safety numbers.
Safety.
And so they're playing rock paper scissors to get her number. We went to Chili's afterwards because we Ubered over. Playing it safe. Uber is I like Uber. Using Uber to my place the other day
for the first time.
Yeah. Which was a great idea. But so we were trying to walk. We're calling the Uber guy after the game, and just nothing. And traffic is crazy, and we don't even know where the guy was or blah blah. Excuse me, I still got a lot of stuff phlegm in my throat. Gross. Anyway, so we couldn't find the guy, so we're like, whatever. Let's just go to Chili's. Went to Chili's, waited for traffic to die down, hung out some more. The one dude's flirting it up again. Not my brother's friend, but the other, the roommates and the ones who were just playing rock paper scissors to get girls' numbers. And they're flirting again with the cute waitress, going back and forth right by her table. I think she purposely went by her table because we were sitting right by right in the bar area. You know, the Chili's, you got the bar area. And so we're right where they come in and out by the bar. So we're sitting at a booth. And she's always walking by us for some reason, and them two just always smiling. And then he got her number or put his number in her phone because his phone was dead. Man, and those guys were they were funny, man. They were funny dudes, like good laughs.
Yeah.
And just fearless. I was like, man, I have not the balls to do any of that.
It takes something.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Hear about. Well, they're still single too, so.
Yeah. Exactly.
But that was just so funny. And then I'm like, so what do you do when you play rock paper scissors? He goes, no, dude, I make it hard rock every time. That's the only time you do it. That's the only thing you throw. I was like, all right, that makes sense, I guess. But yeah, so they were a trip to hang out with, and they even left like part of the game. I didn't know where they even went. So like, I think it was after halftime, sometime in the third quarter, I went to go to the bathroom. And then I went there first, and then I happened to notice they like surrounded me in the bathroom and just started like yelling my name. It was pretty funny. So then I was like, all right, meet you guys back out there. Get into the beer, or had a beer, and I'm sitting, and next thing you know, that quarter's almost over. And I'm like, those guys are not back yet. Where are they? And then they come back to like the fourth quarter, and we're just like, where were you? Because there was a whole bunch of us that sat together. Because, they had the tickets together.
Yeah.
And the guys with the DirecTV, yeah, they did. They had. I think they had much better tickets than we did. They weren't sitting near us. I think they were in the locker room, or like on the field.
They were on the bench.
Right? Yeah, they're on the bench waiting for their number to get called.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were gone like most of the game, like talking to someone else. I think they're trying to talk to the ticket window girl or something like that. I was like, this is hilarious. It's anywhere.
That's funny.
So I'm tired.
Yeah.
I drove in today, real early.
Oh yeah, you spent the night last night over there?
Yeah,
and drove in today?
Yeah. And was asleep until you got ready.
So I got... I've been up for a while now. Bridget and I went over to her mom's yesterday. Spent the day over there.
How's that?
It was good.
That's good.
Yeah. Sheena wanted to see the baby. Bridget's mom wanted to see the baby. Your
baby's more and more adorable because it's starting to do more and more baby things.
Right, it is. Or she is. She's sitting.
Yeah, she
sits up now without any help, which is nice.
I like it now because she just thinks I'm funny whatever I do.
Yeah, she laughs at everything.
I know that's what helps my self-esteem.
It helps your self-esteem.
Yeah. Until later when she gets can talk and stuff, and then she's like, "You're stupid."
You're stupid.
I'm like, "Oh, that's mean."
Yeah, I'm wondering like I feel like my just personality and the way that I am, either my daughter's going to grow up thinking that I'm hilarious and awesome, or thinking that I'm total loser and an idiot.
And she's just super embarrassed.
And is super embarrassed all the time. But it could go either way. It could be like that. I like that my dad embarrasses me all the time because he's cool. Or
no
I
child has ever said I like that my dad.
That's how I picture it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna go that way.
No, they're like, yeah, that's my dad. He's weird, whatever. He's fun and quirky. He's cool. They either think that they're not thinking, oh man, there's my dad embarrassing me again. What a great time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'd be doing things that a lot of kids would think would be embarrassing, but my daughter won't think it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Okay,
she thinks I'm cool.
Well, you could, like you phrase it that way. Yeah, that's
that
fine.
type of thing.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be.
Yeah, because you got the beard going. You'll probably pull up to go pick them up from school in the school line.
And she already likes the beard. She grabs on it sometimes a little harder than you'd like, but she... Yeah, she's pretty cool. So hopefully I'm one of those that
you're going to try to be like the cool house where her and her friends will want to hang out at?
Yeah, I want to be the house where her and her friends want to hang out at, because that's when you know what your kid's doing all the time, Yeah. Like, if you're not that house, then
what's going on?
Then I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Now, are you going to allow her to close her doors and stuff like that? Because I know...
I mean, it all depends. I'll allow her to close her doors with her and her friends in there, or if she's in there
The
by
female
herself,
friends.
and I'll let her have her private conversations on her phones.
But what about when she starts having boys over?
But no, boys, you can't be in the room with the door closed. Not until she's 22.
22?
Yeah, isn't that the age now? That 22.
What age for what?
I mean, as long as she's living at home, she can't have the door closed with boys.
Even if she's like 22?
Even if she's 22.
The rules don't mature as she gets more mature now.
She's either got to be. She's either married or moved out. That's the.
Yeah, because I've been in houses, with ladies, and we either were, you had the parents that would not let the door close, but you can go in the room. And then you had parents that you were like, you're not even allowed in the room. You're not, guys are not allowed upstairs. And then you had the other parents that are like, yeah, you guys can go to the basement and hang out in the basement, But a lot of times we were going to the basement, it's like a bunch of us. We're all like hanging out. Just, But a mixture of guys and girls.
Well, we don't have basements here in Florida.
We do not, which kind of sucks.
Actually, funny thing is, the house that I grew up in here in Florida had a basement.
Well, I wonder if they built it.
They must
have
a
basement. Like Disney has the underground system.
It was a wine cellar.
Oh, okay.
But it was huge.
So they turned it into a basement.
Yeah. I mean, my dad used it as a wine cellar, and there was still room to put like exercise equipment and couches and a TV and stuff. So
yeah. Some of my friends had some really nice basements, like really redone, refurbished, and just like that's where you wanted to hang out.
Yeah. Well, that's like I lived in Alabama, Birmingham, for a little while, in my high school days, and there were always basements there.
Yeah.
Everything's built on the side of a mountain there, so the garage, you pull in the garage, and then you go upstairs from the garage, and that's the living space where the front door out the front is, because the garage is in the back of the house, which is down a mountain a little bit, and the front door is up the mountain, so everything's like different levels.
Yeah, Long Island, some the richer friends, they had stuff like that, which is always so funny because the garage is right there, like next to it, but the walkway, there's so many steps, and I just kept thinking, man, if you gotta carry groceries, that's terrible.
Right. So yeah, you've met my friend Guy. His house, the garage. You pulled into the garage, and that was in the finished basement that had 2 bedrooms and a bathroom and a big bar and kitchen and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they had a parking lot. It looked like more like a parking lot than a driveway in front of their front door. So like you could pull in and fit like 6 cars in 6 parking spaces in his front yard, or in his front walkway. So, like, if you came home with a bunch of groceries, that's where you would pull up to the front door of the house, unload the groceries, and then pull the car down to the garage, I guess. Dude,
that's another thing. Like, living in New York, no one ever parked on someone's lawn.
Well, it wasn't a lawn. It was a driveway.
Well, I'm saying, but now here, I've seen it so much where people park on lawns.
We don't have a driveway.
We don't have a driveway.
So you have to park on
that's completely different.
Yard.
Yeah. No, but it's funny because I see like very nice places. I'll be driving by and I see like
somebody's parking.
Yeah, I'll see that the double car garage or the double car driveway has 2 cars, and then just like a randomly like not even like nicely parked like angled car, and you're just like, man,
it is strange. But I guess did you guys always do street parking? Did you just park on the street? Because here, unless you're in like a neighborhood where the speed limit's like 25 and there's stop signs and there's winding roads and all of that, you can't really park on the side of the road.
There's a lot more sidewalks too.
Yeah. And so
where here's just like grass.
Like my street, you can't park on the street. And
the street's way too busy.
Yeah, so you have to fit everybody that comes over's car in the driveway somehow.
Yeah.
So you park on the lawn.
No, but that's fine. But you also don't have a driveway.
Yeah.
You have only like.
That's true, but my lawn runs like the length of my house on one side of it, and then the fence to the backyard.
Yeah.
And when we were shooting This Is Why I'm Single, like every car was parked on that side of the house.
Yeah, no, but it looked good. It looked like uniform. Like I'm talking about like not the times where you had to like park because you're having a party or a bunch of people over.
Right.
I'm talking about
just
the
regular
random Thursday.
It's always Every time you
where your
look at that
third
house.
roommate doesn't want to park on the street, and he parks so close to the front door, it's like he's getting out and just walking in, and it's crooked.
It's
You know?
crooked, yeah.
It's not even like nice.
I
That's
guess.
my thing. I don't know. I'm just a weirdo, I guess. About
I
that.
guess so.
But yeah. I don't know.
All right.
That's all I got.
That's all I got to talk about.
I think we go take a nap.
You do that.
I'm hungry. I want some food. Yeah, eat something.
I just ate.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, so I ate lunch
I was up at like
at
7.
lunchtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you came home and went to sleep.
No, I got like McDonald's or something, and then I went to sleep. I still need to rearrange the furniture, remove all the furniture for the bachelor party to make way for the drinking games.
And you gotta move back?
Yeah, I'm moving back. I was tired. They've
Yeah,
been like that for
I
now a
imagine.
full day.
I imagine.
I told my roommate, I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll do it when I get back.
I'll do it eventually.
I'm gonna do it today. That's when I go back. I'll do it. I probably won't go. I won't go to sleep because I gotta go grocery shopping and I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't afford to go to sleep. I gotta do.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta.
gotta do stuff now.
I gotta do work. I gotta plan some lessons.
Well, you do that. Well, while we do that, you have a great day, audience.
Yeah. Have a
And-
good day. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Bye.
Peace.